So we came across, somebody sent me this whole situation where there's human remains. Human remains were found in Marion County, Tennessee. So you know me, I'm looking at a lot of different things. I always come here to see where we are from Hendersonville or where we are from, Memphis, because those are the spots that Chris and Katie have both frequented. So I wanted to make sure that I had a good understanding of where the proximity of this is before I even look for who's missing from the area. We do, just for your information, we do have people missing from that area. Several people, as a matter of fact, because I try to go in there and do some research, and some of this stuff, dates back years. And I don't know if my research would date back years. So this is a great opportunity for AI to really help, identify certain information that we're unable to identify. So I went and asked ChatGPT about these these remains. And we do have several people that are missing from this Marion County. I can only give you the information of who are missing, and there are quite a few. So it's a little concerning for me. Guys, do me one favor. We got 119 people in our main chat, and we've got 28 people in our vertical chat. If you guys would give me a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. Tapping is clapping. So I do appreciate, I did steal that from Stephanie. You guys, I'm gonna give Stephanie credit, at least for the first few months, because I like some of the statements. Some of the stuff she comes up with is just really clever. I really like it. So she deserves the credit for it, but it's kind of hard not to steal it after you hear it. So no pun intended. No pun intended. Okay, so let's get over to what we're talking about when it comes to this Marion County, Tennessee body being found. Marion County, Tennessee is about 4 to 5 hours away from Memphis and is about 2.5 hours or so away from Hendersonville, Tennessee. So it is a significant drive, but we know that the parents have traveled, so that doesn't deter us too much from, looking into this or totally dismissing it, so to speak, saying it's somebody else, right? But I'm not 100% that this had anything to do with Sebastian, but many people were sending it to me, so I thought, people were concerned, probably wanted some information. This is another one that I do not believe has anything to do with Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers or Layla Santinello or Holland Snap or Summer Wells. And the reason why I bring up all four of those is because those are our four major cases that we here on the Bullhorn Betty channel are covering in the state of Tennessee. But human remains, and I've never been in Marion County, and Marion County is actually kind of closer to Summer, Holland, and Layla than it is Sebastian. So just to clarify of where it is on the state, so you guys know. But human remains have been found in an unspecified wooded area off Sequatchie Mountain Road. Sequatchie, Sequua, Sequat, and then Chie. So Sequatchie, I think, is the proper pronunciation. Sequatchie Mountain Road in Marion County, Tennessee. No details are currently available regarding the identity or identifying characteristics like female, white, black, male, adolescent, adult, child. We don't know. It doesn't, no characteristics. So, okay, perfect. I did get that right. Perfect. Please remember all those who are missing from or near Marion, Tennessee, and keep all of those with missing loved ones in your thoughts and prayers as we wait for answers, so we don't know who this person is. And then, of course, we come over here to see if we can find, narrow down any information on what we've learned. And it says we're working to learn more about the discovery of human remains in a remote area of Marion County that has prompted state investigations. The TBI confirms to our newsroom that agents were called out to a wooded area off of Sequatchie Mountain Road Tuesday morning. So this just happened, folks. This just happened yesterday. This is the road right here, this wooded road. In all fairness, we would identify this wooded area as a good place for dumping. Okay, this is not, in my opinion, this doesn't have a whole lot to do with somebody just killing over. You know, are there hikers out there? Yes, there are. We know, we've met a lot of people that just love going in the mountains and walking around. Okay, there's a lot of hikers in the state of Tennessee. Is it possible somebody was out here in this park and, you know, just killed over from natural causes? Heart attack, stroke, you know, attack, an animal attack, a snake bite. Okay, people don't realize snake bites can kill you. Okay, depending on what type of snake. Some snakes are more lethal than others, and if you don't know what you're doing, or you're out in the middle of nowhere and you have no way of communication or getting help, you can't just walk, because the more you walk, the more that poison is going into your blood, the more you're going to, you know, eventually succumb to the toxins in your body that are slowly killing, you know, your organs and other things that help you survive. So you do have some other ailments that you have to look at, not just foul play or not foul play. I mean, this is a park. This is a national area. This is a national park. There are people that go out there to bird watch, to sightsee, to wildlife see. There's a lot of people that have a lot of different, you know, hobbies and likes, you know, people that have interests in certain things. So this, you know what this reminds me of, this picture here? It reminds me of Caitlin Harp from Pennsylvania. This was kind of around this looked like some of the roads that I was riding down. And yeah, hiking is awesome. It's nice. I used to do it up in New Hampshire, in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. I used to have a condo in the Twin Mountains. Kangamanga Highway. I drove off of Kangamanga Highway. So this is the Sequatchie Mountain Road. This is kind of the area where you saw the remains. And TBI hasn't said who the victim is. So here are the victims that I've been able to go to ChatGPT. Oops, let me get this. Let me get you guys situated here. Sorry, everybody's going to need to be situated, so just bear with me while I get these this stuff brought up there. Okay. All right, and I think we just need to go in just a little bit on the vertical. I don't know why it's so hard on the... Good gracious. Okay. All right, I think we got it on the vertical well. I think we've got it on the... horizontal pretty well. So the first person on there is Wesley Del Ridge. He was last seen March 7th, 2016 in Jasper, Haletown area of Martin County. Short summary, adult male. Phone activity ended the same day. He's a NamUs. He's part of the Charlie Project. There's no real... So that's 2016. Then we've got James Roger Tant. He was last seen March 9th, 10th, 2012. And this is in South Pittsburgh, Marion. A short summary is adult male, reported missing months after disappearance. Case is listed with Marion County Agency, and he's part of NamUs, okay? We got a Mackenzie Corey Cooner. And this is interesting because this one was camping in Monteagle area within Marion County. I don't know where that Monteagle area is in Marion County, and this might be, it might be whatever that, excuse me, the area is that we were just talking about, the Sequatchie, area. I don't know. So that is, that's obviously right here, the McKinsey one. And then we got Stacy Annette Crawford, and this person went missing August 11th and 12th, 2021. And this is by Big Daddies on Highway 156 in Guild, Marion, listed as local missing person roundup. So I don't know what that all means. Then we got Christopher Lee Dean, and this person went missing August 12, 2023, almost a year later. And this person went disappeared on Smokehouse on Highway 41 in Monteagle, Marion County. So we got a couple people disappearing from Monteagle, Marion County. Interesting. Then we have William K. Jackson, rather. This is an infant. I don't remember hearing about this infant, but this infant has been missing since October 19th, 2023 from Marion County, Tennessee. And you guys know how I feel about little babies disappearing. They're either been abducted by a mommy or daddy, or they've been injured by a mommy or daddy. I don't think there's a whole lot of differences. I don't think there's really much difference. So we got 8 people here. Erica Williams. This person was reported missing from Marion County Sheriff's site as missing last seen off Ladd Switch Road. I don't know where that is. Headed into the woods. This is what intrigued me about this one. Headed into the woods. Dog returned alone. So it sounds like a woman, Erica Williams, walked into the wood with her dog, and her dog came back without her. And she's never been found again. Now, I don't know how close this is, but this right here really sounds very interesting for the area that's being described in these articles. And then, of course, Philip Gage Thrasher, which was listed in 2024 into 2025, local reporting as Marion missing person. He was last heard from March 31st, 2024. It doesn't really say what area he disappeared from. So there are the folks that we've heard is missing from that area. I would anticipate that these remains are one of those people, or maybe a person that even ChatGPT didn't acquire. I did not do the research on this. I used ChatGPT because I thought ChatGPT would give us more accurate, assessments of this case. You know what? Let me go over to ChatGPT real quick. Let me make sure this is not up. Give me just a second. Let me go over to ChatGPT because we were just in it, and let me expand on that. Chat. Here we go. Let me just expand on that. We already have them doing most of the work. So missing person. Here we go. Let me go here and write. Which person was the closest to... Let me go back to that. I just deleted those articles. Let me pull them up real quick. History, human remains, what area? Marion County. Here we go. So, let me... Sequatchie, small... Sequatchie Mountain Road. Let's see if we can cut and paste this kind of in there. See if we can find it. Which person was the closest to Sequatchie Mountain Road? Let's see if it produces something. Okay. The most recent remains, let me put this up here so you guys can read it. And then we'll get started on the dogs. Sorry, guys. Yeah, and the reason why we're doing this is because you guys, we're talking about the dogs because of our conversation last night. You guys wanted to explore the dogs, so I found out everything we need to get understand factually what has been said to the public from law enforcement and others. Okay, so I did ask this a question. And I asked it if, which missing person was the closest to this Sequatchie whatever. And this is what it says. It says, good question. Based on public available reporting, the only missing persons from Marion County Sheriff's Department who was last reported location is near what would be possibly near Sequatchie Mountain Road is none of the named missing persons. So far, there is no publicly listed case explicitly last seen in Sequatchie Mountain Road, of course, okay. The most recent remains discovery that prompted the question was posted in a remote area of Marion County off of Sequatchie Road, just outside of the community of Sequatchie, Tennessee. The publicly listed publicly listed missing persons from Marion County do not show a last seen location of blah, blah, blah. So conclusion, as of now, no identified person. So I'm just going to have to lean on folks that are in Tennessee to determine which person was the closest to this location, because there's somebody that was missing from this location or near this location, and people from Tennessee, in my opinion, would know that location. So there is that. This just shows you 2 hours, 3 minutes from Hendersonville to Marion County, and it shows you where Marion County is. It's more closer to the Georgia line. I think that's the Georgia line. Is that the Georgia line? Yeah, the Georgia line, the Georgia and Alabama line than anything else. So that's closer to, say, not, because Summer Wells is over further, so it's not even really close to Summer Wells, but it's definitely further away from Sebastian's case. And then it's 4 hours, 4 hours, almost 5 hours from Memphis. So my point is I don't think it has a whole lot to do with the case at hand right now.